All right, Jason from Florida. Question is, I've been practicing analyzing deals that I found on LoopNet, and I'm curious why certain properties are listed for months and some close to a year, especially when the numbers appear to work. The areas of interest are very populated and active, like Orlando, Jacksonville, in Florida. My question is for the multifamily investors that have gone after these deals and soon discovered why they're too good to be true. What are some reasons you found? I understand this can be a very broad answer, especially ones like major structural damage or total rehabs, but some of these listings include numbers and photos, etc., that, again, appear to work from a financial perspective. What am I missing here?
This is a great question, okay? Because what this goes to is that there are gems hiding in plain sight. So a couple of things. One, there can be some BS numbers on this, right? When you see somebody advertising a building with a 9% cap rate, and then you go and you find out that they're not putting any maintenance in their numbers, that's going to turn people off. Okay.
Or CapEx, right? Like I need
or
to
no
renovate
CapEx.
yeah.
It needs no maintenance. It needs no anything, and it's a 20% expense load, which is half of what it probably really is. And so people get turned off when the seller exaggerates the yield, and when they get turned off, they walk away. You never get a second chance to make a first impression when you start marketing investment property or any kind of property. And if you blow your debut by BSing people, you could wind up getting that 60 days stale sort of stink on you, right? So that happens where a good property is presented the wrong way. I mean, my first question to Jason would be, don't hesitate. It's not a question. I just advise him, go get the numbers. All right, make contact with the owner, visit the properties, get the numbers, and see what's true and what's not true. And you may find, and it might be good news, you may find they're advertising a 12% cap rate, which is unheard of right now in multifamily in those markets, most likely. And then you find out it's only a 9, but it's a legit 9, and 9 maybe works for you. So maybe you look for things that are actually above the cap rate that you require, but they're not nobody's going after them because they're literally advertising to folks that want a 12 when it's really a 9, and so nobody who wants a 9 is looking at it. LoopNet is considered by most commercial real estate professionals to be a place that's been picked over. Commercial is not like residential in that there is no multiple listing service. So a lot of commercial brokers by default keep their best listings in their pocket, and only after they've exhausted every possibility of finding a buyer for it, then they put it out and actually begin marketing it. So the perception in the industry is if it's on LoopNet, it's no good. And so a lot of the best people in the industry who are active don't even bother looking. Like they're literally the brand. I think LoopNet's a great site. I use it for leasing property, but it's gotten a bit of a reputation for having stale, crappy listings on it.
Yeah, it's
but they're not all that way.
Right. It's where deals go to die. Like that's what it is.
But there are people that are putting good properties up on there because they don't have a big network, or they just want to sell it because they want to expand. So the point is, there are deals hiding in plain sight on LoopNet. There are deals hiding in plain sight on Craigslist. And if it looks like it's stale and too good to be true, realize that a whole lot of people are making that judgment, judging a book by its cover, and maybe never did any work on it. One of the things I've learned about real estate investors is if they think, because it takes so much time to underwrite a building or a portfolio of rental homes that like we deal in, because it'll take you a half a day or a full day to do a legitimate job underwriting it, you get any indicator that the seller is full of it, and you just want to go find something else so you don't waste your time, okay? But time is the one thing that we can waste if we choose to. So if Jason's trying to find a deal, put the time in. All right, put the time in to analyze those deals that look like they may be too good to be true. Like, why would a great building in Jacksonville be sitting on LoopNet for 90 days?
There's no reason.
Don't assume that it's because it's a bad deal.
That's right.
Think there may be only 20% likelihood, but 20% likelihood that it's actually a gem that's being ignored because of where it is and how it's been presented. You can find winners that way.
Yeah, you've got to do your due diligence at the end of the day, right? If you can get financial statements, if you can get P&Ls, profit and loss statements, if you can get T12s, trailing 12-month statements from the seller or from the broker that listed the property on LoopNet.com, and you can verify this with, let's say you sign a non-disclosure and you also get corresponding bank accounts, That's how thorough you have to do your due diligence on this stuff. That's exactly what we're saying. Because if you don't do that, you're definitely putting yourself at risk. I think one question you should always ask yourself is, why is it on LoopNet, right? Why is it here? The other question you need to ask yourself is, well, maybe others didn't see the opportunity or the value in it that I can. Where is the value here? And become Inspector Sleuth and dig into the numbers. That's where you're going to find the info.
Yeah, don't look for reasons to qualify something that might be good.
That's right.
I mean, to disqualify. Don't look for reasons to say no. Look for reasons to say yes.